And all news is good, I guess.
All right, here we go. All right. And redirecting to YouTube. And there we are. All right, good afternoon. Rev Wayne Still, so good to have you here. And I'm going to turn it over to you to play a song or introduce or whatever you're going to do. I love this cover page. Awesome.
Yeah, Ozzy, of course, put that together for me. The Wizard of Oz put that together, so thank her for that. Yeah. And yeah, how's it going, everyone? How you doing? This is Rev Wayne Stills for Miracles Everywhere. And today we have, as we're going to be reading from Impersonal Life, which is kind of interesting because I just did the personal God just recently, that last time I was here. Um, and it wasn't so much, I'm sure everyone knows there's no competition here, of course. It wasn't one versus the other. It was the personal life is a part of God. The first thing I had said, actually, if I remember, was God is no respecter of persons, and God, the whole nature of God is impersonal. No, the aspect of God that is impersonal is obviously is necessary to His very nature, to its very nature. That's why I always say when I go through his, her, or it, I always it's not about gender as much as it's describing the force of God. God being so I picked up this thought where I think it was who was it, Ernest Holmes who said that he called it the thing itself, the essence that which is. And anyhow, that was so that's the impersonal aspect of God, the transcendent God, the God that he's everywhere. You can't really touch that. And this is part of the part of God, the I am part of God, this that's speaking to us through the impersonal life. But somehow, yeah, I guess it's impersonal. Once again, it's impersonal. It's called the impersonal life, but it feels pretty personal, doesn't it, Lynn?
Yeah, it sure does. You know,
It's talking to me like it's personal.
yeah, because it interests me because in the Bible it says God is no respecter of persons, and that basically means God is impersonal.
Yeah, exactly. And the Bible is very personal out there. The Bible, that's for sure. But when I say personal, I mean, it's more like God is accessible for everybody. It's from the perspective of divine law. It's sort of like universal laws exist that we invented for
Yeah.
for purposes that are a little shifty. It's why we did it. But we can always reinterpret those laws and remake those laws so as we go on. And we're doing that sort of, and it depends on who we're following, who our fighter is. The song goes.
Yeah, I mean, we're making it all up as we go along.
Right.
So,
Choose your fighter. Choose your fighter.
yep, exactly.
Let me up for that song.
Choose your avatar.
Yeah. So here, choose your fighter. I'm gonna put it right now. Choose. Here it is. Here's a song for you. All right, put a song, and then we'll be right back, and then we'll get to it. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Miracles everywhere, gents and ladies. And this song, the words are good to the song. It's not just about the moving, it's a mixture of both. But this is a song that makes you want to move. So if you want to feel like moving, move.
You can be a lover or a fighter, whatever you desire. Life is like a runway and you're the designer. Wings of a butterfly, eyes of a tiger. Whatever you want, baby, choose your fighter. I know this world can be a little confusing, no walk in the park, but I can help you solve the riddle. You're perfect as you are. If you wanna break out of the box, wanna call all of the shots, if you wanna be
That was quite the interesting song. Who is that by? Wayne, you're muted. Hey, Rev Wayne, you are muted.
Hi, sorry about that. All right, sorry. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to figure out if I heard you and you who that was, and it is Ava Max. You hear me, right?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah,
Okay. Ava Max.
I really like that.
Yeah, choose your fighter. That's what I said. I said that. I started saying that. That's the song. I played that once actually before when I first came back. But when that was a year ago, whatever. But it's called Choose Your Fighter. Ava Max. So.
Yeah, it it
Oh,
sounded like a
oh, oh, so
Pokemon song.
it's from the Barbie album.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Choose Your Fighter. This is the from Barbie the album.
Oh, interesting.
I just that's what I'm looking at. I had no idea. Huh. But oh, that's right. That's where I first heard it. Now that I think about it, I heard it when I left the movie with my family. I was on that album. I totally forgot about that. That was a good movie. That was a good song.
Yeah. Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was very fun, very I mean, obviously giving people a lot of stuff to think about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it wasn't just a funny movie about a doll.
No, no.
It was all about avatars. And that Choose Your Fighter sounded like a Pokemon kind of song.
Yeah.
Choose your fighter. And that's what we do, isn't it? We got our own little avatars going on, fighting our wars for us.
Sure do. We sure do. We sure do.
What a hoot.
All right. So what else? Anything else before we start getting going on this? Anything else? How's it been here? Gather anything
Uh,
new come up?
It's been great. It was my birthday a couple days ago.
Yeah, no,
And
that's right. I got to hear. Actually, I didn't know it was your birthday, and I got
yeah,
a text. I got a text from Regis. Regis. I was like, he said, Wayne, we're all up here for your birthday. I was like, oh man, thanks. I got
that
here.
was very cool and
Yeah,
really made me feel like, man, I got a lot of people that love me. So,
yeah,
um,
it was really cool.
uh,
I got like a half hour late though, so I missed your surprise.
it was a big
I,
surprise.
but I heard you talk about it. I heard you say it when I got there. I heard you talking about it. I was like, oh, good. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was all shocked. I was all cool. I'm like, who are all these people coming into this class? And then when John Mundy came in, I was like, what the heck? John Mundy never comes to,
That's
to
great.
these classes, but it was all but just perfect. So
I'm glad I got the call though, because I would have got bummed if I had missed it. But
it was fun. It
yeah.
was so interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and put up our um, reading. What we're reading from the Impersonal Life, and of course,
By that anonymous.
at the beginning, this was actually anonymous. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then they did finally figure out who it was who I say this is like really uh downloaded.
Yeah.
This is not a person who's thinking these thoughts in their mind. This is divine
Deep within,
for
deep
sure.
within. I mean, it's wild when you think about it. The author is saying that he's inside your consciousness. It's the author talking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so much is you at the same time a part of you that you would very rarely listen to.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's very personal. It's
Yes,
called the
very so.
impersonal life, but it's
That's
very
what I was saying
personal.
before. I was saying about the same thing with everything with the course. The course it's so personal, but the way it was personal is not much different than the way this is personal. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
It feels just as personal. I mean, slightly different energy, but it seems just as personal. It almost seems I can see why people who gravitate towards this who study the course or students of the course.
Yeah. And I think to me actually this is more personal than the course to me.
Yeah,
I resonate with this. The course I'm trying to figure out what the heck he's, trying to explain to me. This is like, this is who you are. This is who I am. This
Crazy
is
about
what
the
I
throat.
am. Yeah.
This is a crazy about the throat. Listen.
Yep. Very much so.
Listen. This is the way it is.
Yep.
You have been stupid, and if you want to be happy, you will listen to me. And that's the essential message of the course too. But he really gets you. He wants to really have you. He gets you. He has you go through circles, roller coasters. You become. You're right. This is more direct. You know,
Very good.
this is very,
So
very direct. It's not as it's thick. I mean, if I had come to this first, I might not have made it to the course. Let's put it that way.
yeah.
I might not have. I mean, I came to this, after. Actually, that's not true. I did this beforehand. That's what came to the course. That's not true. That's what came to the course. When I first did this, I was cracked my head open. I put it on my shelf and I didn't touch it. Pretty much till now. Yeah, that's what I tell you. That must have been 15 years ago, 20 years ago, even a lot before that. Because it was before I got sick, but it was 15 years ago. I was about 20 years ago, New Year's Eve. I read it and I finished it. And the next day I was like, ugh. I split my head open, but in a good way, but it was just wild. And I was poor hangover. It was New Year's Eve. So, but I woke up and my head was having sleep. I was still dreaming, sort of. And my wife and my mother-in-law were there. It was just a weird scene. And it lasted like 2 minutes, but it was just weird for me, And so then wait, go back to bed, go back to bed, go back to bed. So I went back to bed, but I was thinking about that book. When we're reading, I was thinking about the book the whole time. So I was like, well, I'm thinking about the book. That book was really weird. All right, go back to bed. That kind of thing.
Wow. Wow.
Because there was a split between the personality. There was that split that he was talking about, and it really sunk in. And remember, I told you I didn't know it was just a pen writer at all. So the anonymous thing really worked for me because he was alive at the time when I got it. So they had released the name in so overtly. It wasn't being sold as Joseph Penner, at least not worldwide as it is now.
Very
So,
interesting. Yeah.
which I'm happy about. So now it's still just such a channel, but it was kind of interesting to do it that way. Anyhow, are you sharing right now?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
want to
that's it.
start reading?
You can start.
Okay. All right. I, life, God. This is the name of this topic.
Hmm.
I, life, God. If that which you have read has awakened a response within, and the soul of you yearns for more, then you are ready for what follows. If you still question or rebel at the seeming assumption of, with a capital D, divine authority for what is herein written, your intellect telling you it is but another attempt to beguile your mind with cunning suggestion and subtle sophistry, then you will receive no benefit from these words, for their meaning is as yet hidden from your mortal consciousness. And my word, with a capital M, capital W, my word must come to you through other avenues of expression. So right off the bat, he's saying to us, if you get this and you want to keep going on, that's cool. But if you get this and you say, I don't think so.
Yeah, you'll still be under my control, but you don't have to.
Right.
You're always on the path. You're always on the path. You're never lost. It's kind of good to know. You can take this. He's much nicer. He's more protective. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And
saying like, you never get lost, so don't worry about it. If you don't want to do it now. It's not required to do that. You do it now. It's just required that you do it eventually. So if you want to take your time, take your time. You don't realize that you want out. When you realize you want out, you'll leave.
oh, okay.
Well, oh.
There. All right. Yeah. And yeah, so I mean it's he's given us a choice right here.
Yeah.
And speak now or forever hold your peace. But it doesn't not really, because then we definitely get more and more chances. If we didn't get it this time, we're going to get another chance.
Yeah,
And
of course, of course.
when
That's
I
about,
first read this, I read it on the bus when I was going back and forth from work, and it was interesting, but I didn't get it. But then, after I started reading the Course in Miracles and went back and looked at this, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I get this. So that's exactly it. He says, if it doesn't get you now, it'll get you later.
Yeah, you come in the easy way, come in the hard way.
Yeah.
This is the cops say when you come in the easy, you come in the hard way. You want to
Yeah.
wait thousands of years, you wait thousands of years. You know, it's up
Yeah.
to you. Yeah, but
Or even another year or two.
yeah, a week.
It's
Yeah,
still the hard way. The more you wait, the harder it is. So,
yeah.
but because it's just a waste of time.
We a lot of us have things to do. Who is it? They come back and we kill the people that tell us it's a game.
Yeah.
That was the comedian. All right, you want to keep reading?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, go ahead.
okay. So, it is well if your personality with its intellect impels you thus to question and rebel against authority you do not yet know to be mine. It is really I who cause your personality thus to rebel. For your personality, with its proud sense of individuality, is still needed by me to develop a mind and body strong enough so they can perfectly express me. Until you have become prepared to know me, it is but natural for your personality thus to question and rebel. Once you recognize my authority, that moment, the undermining of the authority of the personality has begun. The days of its dominion are numbered, and you will more and more turn to me for help and guidance. So, he's talking about it's like the Holy Spirit is, or like Jesus is saying, if you want to be like me, I'll help you. If you don't, I'll just wait until you are ready. But he's given us, he's saying, you eventually you will want to come along, but what he's calling the personality is what A Course in Miracles, I believe, calls the ego.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's the personality under the auspices of the ego, and in collusion with the ego. It's not the personality. It's just you call it personality used as a tool for the Holy Spirit. That personality is that's what we want. We want a personality that's communicating the Holy Spirit's message.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
that's the greatest weapon, the greatest tool, is a better word, that the Holy Spirit has, is our bodies.
Right.
What else is he? How else is he? That's why the communication devices. So,
Right.
otherwise, we're in collusion with the enemy.
Exactly. And yeah, and it's he uses it, and all of our suffering and all of our fears and everything to uh make us want to change our mind.
Yep,
Make
exactly.
us say, oh, there's got to be a better way.
He built up
So
tolerance over time. He's increasingly intolerant of error, it says.
yes.
Over time, it's like this is terrible. It's a good analogy, but it's a terrible analogy at the same time. You see what I mean? If you have a glass of water, a beautiful glass of water, but there's just a little poop in there, you drink the water? No, the smallest amount, man, you throw it away, the whole thing. So it's sort of like that. It's the smallest amount of the smallest amount of negativity. The smallest amount. Yeah, that's when the course says the smallest amount of irritation. The smallest amount of irritation. Might as well be the giant, the biggest amount there is.
Yes, and that are even, little anger is murder.
Exactly. That's out of the New Testament. Lust might as well be adultery. Anger is murder. And it's like, whoa, how are we gonna and then never justify your anger, meaning never anger. How the heck are you gonna stop? Never be angry. So the key is that means we're all murderers, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's hard to live with for most people. So there's no, I'm not a murderer.
Right, but as soon as you recognize you are and start noticing when you're doing it, then
Exactly.
it really gives you a choice. If you don't notice you're doing it, you really don't have a choice. You're kind of a victim of it,
Yeah.
your own self.
Murdering people have no idea. It's bad news.
Yeah, but
That's bad news.
yeah, once I started realizing that, I recognized how often, me even just wanting somebody to be different or act different, I
Yeah.
didn't want them to be what they were. And that's the same as murder. Strange as it seems, those are the thoughts that you get in your mind when you don't want the other person to be the same as they are. And so that's why this whole world is dog eat dog.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
You ever wonder, it's a silly question, but straight on a legend, Judeo-Christian legend. You ever wonder if we were the demons that followed Satan out of heaven? We humans?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the story goes that we wanted to usurp God, and the ego wanted to usurp God, and then left. And we followed, and we are in league with the ego. We did build this world to attack God. So if you look at that story, the demons followed Satan out of heaven to build the world for himself and on the kingdom. That's what we did.
That's us. Yeah.
Exactly. So we're
Yeah.
the demons in that story.
That's right. We
So
are.
so then Christians have a right to say you guys are from hell.
Yeah.
From their hell.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
hilarious. But actually, fitting in that, relative to the story, if you look at the legend as a legend or a myth, and you connect to that, it says a lot. Like when Ken used to say, when you look down deep, we're the monsters. We are the ones that we were covering up something that we think we did that's so bad and it's so ugly. That we think we did it so terrible that we're covering it up with blame and you did it and you did it and you did it when we're the one that we think we did it. We're destroying ourselves. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, and that's why it upsets us so much, is
Right.
because we're in denial of that, but we
Right.
believe it's true anyway.
Yeah.
And, when I think, I'm the problem, like Taylor Swift, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me.
Right. Right. And yeah, the whole thing is wild. The whole thing is very drunk, isn't
Oh man, what a trip, huh?
it? You go after her, like she's important to the whole race. I just hope I'm not a political person, you know that. I never talk about politics, but I was hoping that we have to go through the whole thing we did the last 4 years of Trump.
Yeah.
That was just too much for me. It was every day he was in the news. And it was upsetting to me. I mean, well, I mean, not too, but I weep every day. But it was just the whole thing was just too much, and he was too much.
Yes. But to understand that, is like this is just saying right here, man, you can do anything destructive to yourself that you want to. It's your personality. It's your ego's trait is to rebel and want to destroy.
Yeah,
And that's, the angels rebelled and, left heaven. And just what you were just saying, the same thing. It's
yeah,
the rebellious being that is trying to be in charge. But that's why, if I am looking at a person and saying, you're in charge of something about me, like a president or
right, right,
you're in charge of something about me, then I've got the authority that was God's authority and hand it over to another person, and I let that person influence me. And
right.
not just like, oh, influence me to, believe in a political thing. It influences me to hate that person or to want to
Yeah,
hurt
right.
that person, or,
Exactly. And
that's,
you don't need to be influenced in a sense to do it on that route. You don't want to hate somebody.
yeah, no, I want
Mm,
to, if I let that influence me and let someone like that change my values,
right.
then, you know, I'm in trouble.
Yeah,
But look at how, a lot of course students especially, I see that, get all up in arms about all this politics and, vaccines and all these different things. And I'm thinking, you're letting the world, as I am, change your mind about what you are and change your mind about who's in charge. It's this authority that
yeah.
he's talking here. Once you recognize my authority, then that undermines the authority of the personality, the ego,
That's
and the days of its dominion are numbered, and
yes.
you will more and more turn to me for help and guidance, is what we're just reading.
It's true.
So,
It's true. And you do. As you read this, we'll just more and more send in for guidance. You
yeah,
know, I mean, you realize that the hymn that he's talking about is the same hymn in any universal experience. You know, the perennial wisdom of the zone. You know, that is here in the text they hear. It's sometimes what do you think was the course of love, not course of love, the other one. What's the other one? The way of mastery.
way of mastery.
Yeah. Now, what do you think of that? It's interesting. I read through it the whole thing, the course, or whatever. I'm looking through
Yeah, I've been through it several times, all three
yeah,
books of it, and I think, yeah, it's clear, clear, clear all the way
very
through.
clear.
And, then, people will say, well, I don't like that book because the guy who wrote it was, this or that. Well, it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with that guy.
No, nothing. You're right. Absolutely right.
I mean, it's impersonal.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That's what it's impersonal. And what was personal, he's dealing with now in spirit.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's his business,
Hmm.
how he's dealing with it. And the impersonal aspect of it, we all could dig into. And we know that when we like Cat Stevens,
Yeah,
and people that we have, especially when it first happened, no one wanted to dig into him in certain areas, so we didn't. There was always music cell,
that's right.
you know. It's to separate the artist. Very often you have to separate the artist from the individual in real life. Yeah, but we saw Jesus Christ Superstar out here, and the guy that was in it was fantastic. Who played Jesus. So Lisa went on his Instagram, and she said, "Oh, he's such a different person. I mean, he's a whiner and he complains."
Oh, no, no.
Yeah, and so she was so disappointed. She got off the thing there. She can't think about it as Jesus anymore. The
Oh,
Ted Neely never did that. He kind of he kept elusive and then put up his songs every now and then.
But that was not Ted Neely,
No,
right?
no, it wasn't. No, it was
Yeah,
somebody
Ted
else.
Neely, I follow
No,
him.
no, he's good technically. He's really good. And
He's a good
he's
guy.
this guy played he played differently. This guy played more nerdy, and Mary was sort of a non-binary type. That was it was pretty good. It was actually a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I love it.
I love the show so much.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. That's
So whenever it's in town, I try to see it. I saw them do the anniversary in Madison Square Garden
oh, you did that was with
with
Ted, right?
yeah, that was Ted
Yeah, yeah.
what's his guy's first name? Anderson. What's his first name? With Juice?
Um,
Ted
yeah, Ted
Anderson.
Neely, yeah.
No, who plays Judas?
Oh, was it Carl?
And it's called Carl Anderson.
Yeah, yeah,
Carl Anderson, who it is?
yeah,
I think
yeah,
so. Yeah, I was trying to figure out his name. He was
yeah.
great too. He was fantastic.
I know. I've seen it live too with him, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's just mesmerizing.
Yeah, it was.
Um, and so beautiful. And of course, when my kids were little, we used to play the album and dance around and sing and Jesus Christ. I mean, we're not like Jesus freaks, but and
When Jesus Christ Superstar speaks.
we love Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
I love it.
I often quote from there, and I say, this Jesus Christ Superstar said this, Jesus Christ said that. Because like for instance, just the other day, I was talking about someone on the issue that they should do something that's against their ethics, but was good for the person they were doing it for. And it was against their ethics. It wasn't necessarily unethical. Just so you know, I don't make it seem like, but it was the person's ethics. And so I said, Jesus a superstar. When she was, and he got upset with her, but she put the lotion on his feet. Remember when he started singing, why it could have been safe for the poor,
Hmm.
the whole scene.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know that whole scene.
yeah. So he said that it could have been safe for the poor, and so she said, so I love the train of thought. Can you believe it?
That what she was saying, he was saying, we should be using this for the poor, and he was saying, I'm only going to be with you for a little while, you
Yeah,
know.
he said that's what he said.
Yeah, yeah,
You have the poor with you always.
yeah.
But
Uh,
I'm going to be gone soon. So move while you still have me. Be while I'm still here with you. You'll be lost and sorry when I'm gone.
yep,
Yeah,
yep,
was
yep,
those were the words. You're lost and sorry when I'm gone.
yep.
He said that was it was pretty amazing.
It
Yeah,
is pretty
it's
amazing.
funny. I lost my train of thought. I just read an article on popcorn brain. Have you heard about this new thing?
No.
It's just scrolling. People have bad attention spans, and they're very a lot more of these. What did I just say? What did I just say? That's because of the attention span has become smaller because of all of our scrolling on the
Oh,
on the computer or our phones.
huh. I find that quite fascinating.
I find it very, I mean, I have problems with more so than usual. I can't hold I can't, I mean, usually I do, but very often, like, middle of talking, I forget what I'm saying, you know?
That's yeah.
I hate
Well,
that. And usually, you just, it was fantastic. Because usually both people go, I have no idea what you're saying. I was just talking about that with Audrey, because usually people don't know what I'm saying. But
well,
you knew immediately, so great.
yeah, and you know what? That's the thing. I think we do a lot more communicating of just peripheral stuff and not the meat of what is being said. And I noticed that with a lot of folks that I didn't used to notice so much because I guess I enjoyed listening to the stories, but a lot of times people start up with something and they're trying to come to a point, but they're telling you every other thing that goes along, how they came to that conclusion, who said that.
It's not a joke, but
Yeah,
it's something that nothing to the punchline.
Yeah. Just go to get to, get to the, go to the chase, get to the, the,
Land the plane.
tell me, what are you trying to say here?
Land the freaking plane already.
Because yeah, we get caught up in all that other stuff. But
It's true. It's true.
uh,
Sometimes people just talk a lot. I talk a lot, but I try to get to the point. But sometimes I just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Sometimes I talk too fast, and I have to slow down so people understand me
yeah,
better from talking
I have
slowly.
to do that too.
Yeah.
I have to do that too. I have to really slow down because otherwise, I jump ahead of myself and I'm explaining something that I have never told you anything about before, and you're like, where did that come from? Because my mind is going, but
That's right. That's
you
right.
gotta slow it down.
Yeah.
Oh,
So where are we now? So
slow down. Okay.
we have plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So I'll read on. It says, so he said, he's telling us, all right, the days of the dominion of the ego are numbered,
That's
and
right.
you will more and more turn to me for help and guidance. Therefore, be not dismayed. Read on, and the recognition will come. But know that you can read or not as you choose. But if you do it, it is really I who choose and not you.
I love that. They're great.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. It's the Holy Spirit in me that's choosing.
We've been talking about that for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
As Jesus is inside of us, taking over our ego, doing it for us, and all we have to do is watch it.
That's it. That's it.
And not only that, but he gives us the we take credit for it. And he's all right with that. I am Jesus. He doesn't want that. He doesn't take credit for it. He's cool with that. It's excellent.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
So Jesus is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jesus is just all right with me, as the two brothers say.
That's one of my favorite songs too.
Yeah.
I was like, that one time I got in a car accident, I was driving to work in the morning and it was snowy and icy, which a lot of times in Colorado it is. And I hit a patch of black ice and started spinning around in the road and ended up, in the ditch. I'm like all in shock. When I kind of came to my senses, like I wasn't unconscious or anything, but I was just in shock from all this activity with my car. When I came to like thinking, I was singing that song.
You were
Jesus is
singing?
just all right with me.
That's hilarious.
Jesus
You
just
were
all right.
singing.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Where were you then? I wonder where you were. You were saying that. Doobie Brothers concert, maybe. We were at Doobie Brothers concert. Or you met
That's pretty
Jesus,
fun.
one of the two.
That's it, man.
Maybe
I
you met
knew, I
Jesus.
knew.
That's funny.
That is
Uh,
funny. That was a long time ago.
yeah.
That was
All
my first
right.
car. Okay.
So where are we now?
All right. For you, do you want to read on
Yeah.
for you who seemingly?
Okay. Thank you. For you who seemingly choose not to read further, I have plans, and in due season you shall learn to do whatever you do, or like or desire. Is I leading you through all the fallacies and illusions of your personality? It's amazing. When I first read that, it just made me feel so relaxed. God's in charge of everything I do. That's almost a
Yeah.
law. That's not something that's in the course. It's the line that would be. God's in charge of everything I do. It's a nice little mantra.
Yeah. I read it in the course, but I'll tell you, when I just read it right now with him, right now with you, it makes it hits me.
Yeah, it's the same exact voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was I? For you, desire, personality. Yeah, illusion of personality, that you may finally awaken to their unreality and turn to me as the one and only reality. Then these words will find response from within. Be still and know I am God. Yes, I am the most innermost part of you that sits within and calmly waits and watches, knowing neither time nor space, for I am the eternal and fill all space. I watch and wait for you to be done with your petty human follies and weaknesses. As soon as this is Jesus, he gets straight to the point, doesn't he?
He does. He does not wiggle
in
around.
this particular experience, he's not messing around at all. I can see what Teddy was saying when he said, "No, I don't go near that." It's funny. Um, with your longings and ambitions and regrets, knowing that we will all come in time, knowing that we will come in time, and then you will turn to me, very weary, discouraged, empty, and humble, and ask me to take the lead, not realizing that I have been leading you all the time. Hilarious. Do you ever see what was Time Bandits?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Do you know the ending when he met God and he was totally in control?
Hmm.
He had the cigar and he was totally in control. Nothing was, he knew everything.
The whole time.
Yeah, that's this is like, you know? Yeah, are you done?
Yeah. I love that movie.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
I remember, return what you have stolen from
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Hilarious.
I hear him saying that to me all the time.
Good movie. I say I'm gonna watch it again. I want my wife ever saw that. I'm watching with
Oh
her.
man, I'll tell you, is Terry Gilliam the is that the guy who's the director of that? Anyway, that he has made some of the most amazing movies, and Time Bandits is by far it's brilliant to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I remember loving it. I haven't seen it in a long time. I've seen it twice actually, but I don't remember as well as I should. I remember they went to all these different time spots and when they stole treasures, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember they were trying to get to God for some reason.
Yeah, they were trying to escape from him
Oh,
actually.
yeah. He was after them, and he was in control of it in the end, right?
In the end, he was, yeah, the whole
Yeah,
time he was watching the whole adventure.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All right, exactly. That was
that's
funny.
pretty
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Funny movie.
But, all right. So where was I?
Okay. You just read Be Still and Know That I'm God.
Right. Okay. Yes, I am the innermost part of you that sits within and calmly waits and watches, knowing that time or space, and I am the eternal and I fill all space. I watch and wait for you to be done with your petty human. I think I read all that, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay. Your petty human follies and weaknesses, with your vain longings, ambitions, and regrets, knowing that will come in time. When you'll turn to me, feel weary, discouraged, empty, and humble, and ask me to take the lead, not realizing that I will be with you, I've been leading you all the time. Yes, I have been here within, quietly waiting for this. Yet, while waiting, it was really I who directed all your ways, who inspired all your thoughts and acts, and personally utilizing and manipulating each so as eventually to bring you and my other human expressions to final conscious recognition of me. He didn't say God, he's just sitting there just doing his thing for his own reasons.
Yeah.
Essentially, we have no way to know the purpose of it because it's our purposes as well.
Yes, yes. And I have to ask the question, why did he do this or why did he let this happen? Which is what we always ask in the Course of Miracles, why would God have let us, run away from home like this? But, it's the question always comes back then, well, why am I still running then?
Exactly.
I must
Well,
have a reason.
yeah, the other thing I can come up with is that God had to have created us for our purpose. God doesn't need anything. God is everywhere. He has everything. You can't cause anything to happen to God. So assuming God created us, He caused us to exist perfectly. So from the perspective of the relative, we are here to not exist relatively anymore. We're here to conquer the relative and exist in perfection. So that we were created for that purpose. And we say is we do it by saying we were created to be aware of the dream. That's our way of saying to conquer the relative and become closer to our own abstraction. Like what's
Yeah.
that?
And maybe to just be that we can, he's not going to hold anything back from us. And I think maybe just here, you can have whatever you want, but you can't kill yourself.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna make this pretend in the end, so nothing really can happen to you.
Yeah,
You tell you'll wake up and you, oh my God, oh, thanks, Dad.
yeah,
They'll be like, you'd be like, oh, that's okay. And then you won't go back to sleep ever again.
that's right. And yeah.
So
So
you want to read them?
okay, so he said, okay, so yes, I have been within always, deep within your heart. I have been with you through all, through your joys and heartaches, your successes and mistakes, through your evil doing, your shame, your crimes against your brother and against God as you thought. Whether you went straight ahead or straight aside or stepped backwards, it was I who brought you through. It was I who urged you on by the glimpse of me in the dim distance. It was I who lured you by a vision of me in some bewitching face or beautiful body or intoxicating pleasure or overpowering ambition. Wow, this is beautiful. It was I who appeared before you with the garb of sin, weakness, or greed or sophistry and drove you back into the arms of conscience, leaving you to struggle in its shadowy grasp until you awakened to its impotence, rose up in disgust, and in the inspiration of a new vision, tore off my mask. Wow. Yes,
Damn.
it is I who causes you to do all things. And if you can see it, it is I who do all things that you do and all things that your brother does. For that in you and in him which is I myself. For I am life. Yeah, wow, that just hits so
It
hard.
is a hammer over the head with it. Bam,
Yeah,
light, bam, bam. And it
but
was a good way, good
yeah.
way.
And I mean, it's, God is in everything I see because
Yeah,
God is in my mind. God is
exactly.
in how much of, this world, these lessons that we study are pointing to us, look at that. You think that's evil? Look again. God's there.
Yeah, you
You
guys have
think
remember,
that's sad? Look again. Joy.
God's everywhere.
God's
God's everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Nowhere, nowhere. God essentially that's how you know that the form is not, because God can't be form.
Yeah.
So, and essentially, when you look at form, you immediately know that God is, and that's how God is there is here also. You say, how is God here? Because the form is here to the extent that we're talking about it. So there's something here, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
dream, the dream is here, but the dream by nature is nothingness. But the dream is here. They said that we're talking about the dream. Otherwise, we would be talking about it if there was nothing here. If everything was invisible or just was nothing here, we be talking about anything.
Exactly. It's a mask.
Right.
I think that's so cool. Tore off my mask. Basically, yeah, when we look at and recognize that it's just a mask, everything that we're seeing is a block to the awareness of love's presence,
Sure
which is
is.
a mask over the face of God. And if we could remove that mask, remove those blocks, we would see the truth about everything and see, oh, it's just all been a big big masquerade party. I love that.
This is math, the garb. That's what it says in here. The garb of sin and weakness and greed and sophistry. I love that sophistry drove you back into the arms of conscience.
Yeah.
And everything is the person. Everything the personality is involved with is just a total dump. He wants us to dump anything personality related. So, which is okay. Something's popped up on my computer over here. So that's a hard thing because your personality is everything that you think you are. When I think of myself, when I think of meeting people or getting on the air with Wayne Sills, that's me. That's me, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. Now, I mean, totally that dump that. That's the impersonal nature of it. Now I have to dump my whole personality. What you're left with, as I always say, if you're not your body and you're not your body's memories, then who the heck are you? You whatever's left.
And we think that that's nothing, but it's actually everything.
It's what created. It's what we created. It's what created us. It's the thinking. It's the thinking stuff that created us. We think it's nothing from our perspective, but it's the stuff that it's the greatest stuff of the universe. But it's totally impersonal. There's no personality there, so we think we're afraid of it. We're totally afraid of it because we think we're help me, I'm melting.
Yeah. What's love got to do with it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the good place when they finally they left all form.
Exactly.
And they were one with everything.
Exactly.
And you saw the little lights at the end, protecting Ted Danson. Yeah, and you knew that they were out there. Yeah, they were still. They have They had a small awareness of themselves. They were protecting angelic or something. Do you remember that part?
Yeah, it's so weird to me because, how did the people who wrote that, where'd they come up with that idea?
It sounds very much like maybe a Buddhist thing, or maybe could have been the Course.
Yeah, could have been the Course.
Yeah, I mean, the movies out there that very much like the Course. For instance, The Passengers, the one with what's the guy? That was in
I know what you're talking about. I have not seen it.
on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the plane, and she's a very good actress. She's a superb actress. She was in Devil with Prada. She was with Meryl Streep, and who was with her. I don't know if she's in Devil with Prada. Anyhow, Hathaway.
Oh,
Hathaway.
yeah.
She was
Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. Yeah, she was in it. And what movie was talking about?
You mentioned that movie Passengers, and
Passengers. If you saw Passengers, it was very much about that she was dead the whole time and she didn't know, and she had mighty companions. Her mighty companions was trying to gear her towards figuring that out. She had died on the plane. And if you watch it, it's very much. If you look at it from the point of view of A Course in Miracles, it seems to fit very well. I don't know if they were thinking that. And I remember watching it. I watched him in that movie, commentary thing that Hoffmeister, David Hoffmeister was there. So I watched it definitely through ACIM eyes, and I would see it. It's great. She's fantastic in it.
I love those kind of movies.
Yeah, it was a brilliant movie. The plane crash, and all these people were. She was running a support group, and then one by one they all started disappearing.
Wow.
And so she was trying to figure it out. And the person who was running the pilot, he was behind the whole thing. It was a fun movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to check that one out. Well, looks like our time is up.
Is it? All right. All right. So I was happy today. I have my new earphones, so hopefully I sound better.
Yeah, you sound way much better. I'm glad.
Uh,
I was going to mention that
okay.
you're
Okay. Yeah.
definitely coming in a lot clearer.
Okay. All right. So you want to play a song? Something you want to play?
Uh, Not really. I don't. I don't.
No.
Oh,
No.
maybe I do. Let me see. I might have. I do. I think I do. Maybe have a
Good.
song queued up here. Let me. Let's see. Advanced computer audio.
My audio's on anyhow. So
All right. Here we go. Let me. Where's my recorder? Okay. There we go.
can you
Yeah.
share? Can you share it? Say something.
Yeah. There we go. Here, I'm going to play this song. It might be a little loud.
Okay.
I might have to turn it down, but you let me know if you can hear it.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Not really. It doesn't sound like something to the computer.
Okay, hang on. What am I doing? Oh, I need to click share.
Huh.
Works. I started, but I didn't. Now let's see if you can hear this.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I feel sweet, do you feel sweet? It's amazing. I have no skin and I feel everything. It's amazing. I feel good when you feel good. I knew I would. It's amazing. I've wanted this for so long. Now the deed has been done. We shall rise with the sun. Spend our time as one. Now there is no sin in anything. It's amazing. I love everything, it's all amazing. I feel new, do you feel new? I understand when they say we're born again, 'cause I've been born again. I'm born again, and it's amazing. It's a blessing, it's glorious, it's life-changing. It's amazing, it's a blessing, it's glorious, it's life-changing, it's feeling.
Nice, nice,
All
nice.
right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rev Wayne Stills. Um,
Thank
grateful
you,
for
thank you.
you. It is. That was one Eskimo, if you didn't know. So I love that song. All right. We'll see you tomorrow with Ozzy.
Yes, to us, we are really excited to love, excited to love.
Yep.
Okay, so see you tomorrow, everybody. Bye, peace.
Bye. Love you. Love you, Ozzy. Love you.